Hi guys, so in this video we're going to look at vectors, the paper 1 type of questions that would come on this topic. So now we are going to see how questions come in the exam and how best you can answer them in paper 1. So let's begin. We look at the first question. The points P and Q have the coordinates 2, 4 and -3, 1 respectively. Express PQ as a column vector. So PQ as a column vector. So now look at, we're trying to move from P to Q. So PQ. So how would you express PQ as a column vector? So this is what you're supposed to do. So basically PQ, you start from the origin. So the origin to start from O. So from O to Q. So you start with the second point that comes. So it's Q. So from O to Q, then we say, so the vector OQ minus the vector, then you say OP. That's what you do. So you move from the origin, so the vector OQ to the vector minus OP. So that's how you can find PQ. So we're saying to find PQ, you say OQ subtract OP. That's how you find PQ. So now in this case, we check, do we have OQ? So now here we've been told to say we have coordinates of P and Q. You've seen, eh? So you get the coordinates of Q, that is OQ because it starts from the origin. So we're going to say OQ, OQ get, remember, the first one symbolizes P, then the Q is that one. So the one that goes with the Q is -3 and 1. Remember, we are writing this because why? The question is saying we need to find the column vector, so we are writing them as columns. Then minus OP, OP we're going to get 2 and 4. So 2 and 4 as a column. Then from there, what are we going to do? So the final answer will be, what is -3 minus 2? So -3 minus 2 is -5. Then 1 minus 4 is -3. So that's how basically you can do that. So you always start from the origin. Very important. Always start from the origin. Okay. Now that that has been done, I want us to look at another question that is going to help us cement on our understanding. So that was question 1. We now look at what we can call question 2. Given that so the vector A is equal to, this is the column vector 3 and -4. Find this. So what are they looking at? What do they want us to find? So when you see this A has been put in a modulus, it simply means they want you to find the magnitude of a vector. How do you find the magnitude of a vector? So this is how you find the magnitude of a vector. So the magnitude of the vector A is given by the square root. So you get the square root. Suppose on top there was x, down there was y. So what you do is you get the x, you square it, then you add the square of y. Now in this case, what we are looking for is that we are dealing with the numbers 3 and -4. So we're going to square the 3. So we're going to say 3 here squared plus -4 there squared. Then proceed, we say square root. What is 3 squared? 3 squared is 9 plus, what is 4 squared? 4 squared is 16. Then what is 9 plus 16? 9 plus 16 is 25. And what is the square root of 25? The square root of 25 is 5. So therefore the magnitude is 5. So that is the answer for that one. So that's how you can find the magnitude of a vector. Now let us look at another type of a question that might come. So we have this question. The coordinates of B and C are 2, 5. So since we are dealing with coordinates, so I can say this is my x1, this is my y1, this is my x2, this is my y2. So these are the coordinates respectively. If M is a midpoint of BC, what is the position of M? So if we are simply saying there is B, a line let's say from B to C, then we are saying if M is a midpoint. Now remember, you should check on the video on coordinate geometry. The video is already there. So in coordinate geometry, I taught on how you can find the midpoint. So how do you find midpoint? So midpoint is given by, you get the x values on this side, so you add the two x values, divide them by 2, then you also add the two y values, divide them by 2. Then what we're going to do is we proceed. What is our x1? Our x1 is 2, our x2 is 4, divide by 2, comma, our y1 is 5, plus our y2 is -3, then divide by 2. And this will be equal to 2 plus 4 is what? 2 plus 4 is 6. The 6 we divide by 2. Then positive times negative is a negative. 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 is a 2. Then that 2 will divide by 2. And finally this will be 2 into 6, that is a 3. Then 2 into 2, that is a 1. So we found the midpoint, but the question is asking us to say what is the position vector of M. So this is in form of the coordinates. So to find the position vector of M, start from the origin. So I'm going to say this is a vector from O to M. So this is a vector OM. So the position vector of M, we're going to write it as a column vector. So we'll start with the 3, which represents X, and the 1 which represents Y down there. So this is how you write the final answer. So that's basically how you can do such questions. There are actually simple questions that come on vectors in paper 1. Yes, we're also going to look at those that would come in paper 2, and we see how best we can go about them. But basically these are the ones you're going to expect, and as usual I'll give you some work that you can try out. So try out the following work and see what you're going to find. Thank you.